Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lamide. How you doing?
Good, 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 good.
How you feeling?
I'm not feeling well, and you know why? It's
Lamide,
oh
walk
god.
us through your feelings. What's happening today?
Today's a very sad day. As you guys must have known, I'm like, if you read my profile, I'm a huge sports fan, and I love soccer a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Manchester United fan. I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say more than that. You guys will probably get the drift already, and today's a very sad day right now. And yep, we have officially received the beating, like a beat down, merciless beat down. So sad
Wow.
morning, and but we move.
Wow. That
Guessing
sounds
life
intense.
happens.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. But I'm here. You know, AP Adult Puzzle Podcast. Coming
I was
to you
gonna
hot.
say something stupid, but yeah. I
Tell
was gonna
me,
ask, like,
ask
I
what?
mean, I'm a Manchester United fan, but things like that, it doesn't hit me. Like, how does it really hit you? The team loses and then what? Like, it just feels like
It feels like the world is about to end. It feels like the ground should open up and swallow you. It feels like they're ripping your heart. I mean, a sports loss, my team loss is probably worse than a heartbreak.
you
I kid you not. I kid
and
you
okay,
not.
this is not the final tournament, like the league, the final game of the league, or you
It's
get
not
what
the
I mean.
final game of the league. Yeah, it's still early days in the league, but
So
still,
there's
like,
still time to redeem.
this is worse
You're
than heartbreak, and I'm not even lying.
okay. Sorry.
Anytime Man U loses, I feel a part of me, and we're losing to this magnitude 5-0. Mm-mm,
Okay, that
mm-mm,
that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
mm-mm. I feel, oh, I don't even want to go into it, man, because I'm just so happy that, there's so many things that give me joy besides Mayu. You know,
Because if Mayu was your only source of joy, fuck it,
imagine,
the world is
imagine,
over.
yo, oh God. I'm just so happy that I have so many other things that give me joy because man, you can definitely, they're not reliable at this point in time. There's a point in time when Man U was a reliable team, reliable club. They give you constant joy, happiness. Gone are those days. Hopefully, we get there again, but not
Soon,
at the
soon,
moment.
soon.
Soon, soon, soon.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Well, I feel the hurt. Maybe not to the magnitude, but
You don't
we're in
feel
this together.
shit. You just wear the
We're in this
jersey.
together. We're in this together. When we win, you see me rocking the jersey.
I was just about to say, you don't feel shit. You're here for the good time, and the good time only. Oh Lord. But I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy you claim us publicly and privately. That's what matters, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm a diehard.
Look at you, mouth. Spell die hard. Die hard.
uh, that's
Welcome, guys, to another episode. You know how we do it. Your one and only Lamide. Mm. I'm here. I'm ready to roll. Fuck man, you for now. You know,
we're
and
ready. We're ready. Okay. Bring up the energy. Bring up the energy. Don't think about Manu. We're happy. This is a safe space, happy space. Let's do it.
yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And today we're going to be talking about something very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So something very unique. It's not unique. It's universal actually, but it's unique to both our cultures, and
Yeah.
that is corporate America and corporate Nigeria. So maybe we should even phrase it like corporate America versus corporate Nigeria. I don't know.
Ooh, I like
For
that. I like
yeah,
that. Just
corporate
compare
America.
notes, basically.
Yeah, just comparing. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically, what would you consider a corporate job? Like right off the bat, like what is corporate to you?
Yeah, I would say corporate is working for someone other than yourself, but not necessarily like a side hustle job, more so for a large organization.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
And typically for corporate jobs, you need some type of degree or
mm,
previous experience. Also, I might classify corporate jobs as like white collar jobs, meaning you need to have some type of experience to have them. But that's what I would classify as a corporate job, right? Working for a big organization. It could be a startup, it doesn't necessarily have to be size, but
mm-hmm.
some type of like organization that's doing something pretty big. What would you say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say white collar. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, basically at the fundamental, it's just a white collar job. A fun way to put it would be 9 to 5, but like
Ooh,
even some
yes.
entrepreneurs do 9 to 5, but like people tend to get what you mean when you be like you're working 9 to 5. They just know it's corporate, and yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much what corporate is on the very basic
Yeah.
and general
Something
level.
Yeah. Something else just came to mind actually. So I think also with corporate jobs, there's like a setup structure usually with hierarchy in terms of
Yeah, that's a major factor with corporate. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
Corporates carry structure and hierarchy
Mhm.
and big manism on their head. Like
Yes.
corporate, corporate carries "I'm your boss" on their head with like pride. It's like I don't know. Corporate carries respect, and yeah, just know that they are very much into hierarchy and
Mhm.
levels.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a huge part of their functioning feel.
Yep. The
The
management structure, yeah.
management structure, the demarcation, the hierarchy, the strata. It's how they function. And
Yeah.
corporate is just suit, man. Like suits, a whole lot of suits. So,
Yeah,
how
that's
long have you
true.
been in corporate?
Okay. So I would say 3 years, 3 to 4 years now. And for me, corporate is corporate America because I've only just worked in the States.
Hmm.
So yeah, 3 to 4 years. How about you?
Um, hmm. I, well, because I've done corporate in bits, so I've
Hmm.
never really had a long stretch.
Mm,
So maybe if we add everything up, we're looking at 3 years.
yeah,
But I've never done a long stretch. Like I, I've never done more than 6 months in a company.
I'm hitting more the 4 year mark than 3 years, but a lot of it was the first year was like internship. So I've worked at three places, but it sounds like you've worked at more than three and different
Yeah,
industries too.
yeah, I have, and that till today it might be something I regret a little. I
Why?
felt like I don't know, just again, my background allowed me to be very, very broad
Yeah.
in,
And your background in what specifically?
my background is in mechanical engineering, and it
Okay.
gives me a very broad, it gives me legs. I can fit into different industries and I actually have quite a handful of knowledge to operate and function properly. So I kind of feel if I had specialized on time, like, or just concentrated my skill sets on one industry right from time, maybe I might be further along where I want to be now. I don't know if that makes sense, but because
Yeah.
I was just like, where the opportunities were, I was just moving. So far,
Hmm.
I knew that it was a good firm or good organization, whatever. I know I could contribute, add value, whatever. I just go there and pick up skills. And so it was more like a knowledge seeking endeavor for me than
Mm,
but I
expertise
see,
development.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see a lot of my mates who were already chasing like career expertise from like year three, which is kind of working to the advantage now because the skills I'm picking up in the field where I want to specialize in now,
Mm-hmm.
they might not necessarily have expertise in those skills now, but they have experience there. And you
Mm-hmm.
discover that in corporate, a huge reason why you get hired is due to experience. So
Yeah, your experience.
it,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But quick question: do you think there's anything like segue? But do you think there's anything in college that prepared you for corporate?
Oh no. Oh, well,
Exactly.
well,
My answer
okay.
to that is a hard no.
Yes, my answer to that is a hard no, but I will say the one thing that does prepare you for corporate is, I was going to say the structure of college, but that's actually bullshit because yes, in college you have classes and stuff, but the time, yeah, no, I backtrack. Nothing really prepped me for corporate. Nothing. I think the internship prepped me because as an intern in corporate America, well, the
Mm-hmm.
company I worked for, I think corporate America, the the expectation is lower. So
Mm-hmm.
they really do see you as like a younging. So because the expectation is lower, you do get away with more. And so because of that, it's like you have, well, for me, I had almost a whole
Mm-hmm.
year learning curve to like
Mm-hmm.
make mistakes, and it wasn't a big deal. So that I think prepped me for first full-time position. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, college itself, no, they just make it seem like you have a degree and then once you're done, you're this perfectly
Yeah.
put together person ready to just go in, and it's like no, there's gaps there. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I say no is because, again, education back home is just shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm generalizing because majority of it is shit. We do
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of, good. I don't even want to give them praise because at the end of the day, yeah, okay, we do have some good programs out there, and shout out to all those people that are doing that. But on a general level, majority of it is just bullshit. And the reason why I say I don't see the impact of college in my preparation for corporate is,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, it's they didn't teach you more than what was in the curriculum. I feel
Yep.
to navigate corporate, you need more outside the curriculum. You understand what I'm saying? Because then education in Nigeria did not evolve with the times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so we're still stuck on like strict syllabuses, re- recycled syllabuses, not revised syllabuses. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even the revisions are just like minor improvements. They are not like, there's a fear of, for a long period of time, the education system purposely shut out change that was influenced by technology or whatever. So it was just no preparation whatsoever. The mindset wasn't even there too. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah.
didn't teach you the politics of the office space. Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
there should be a whole lot of lessons or modules just specifically preparing your mind, how to navigate the
Yeah.
office, things like that. And that
Yeah.
simply doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I think a huge part of the reason why a lot of people hate corporate or feel out of place with corporate is because it's so unfamiliar at the beginning. Like,
Yes. Yes.
if majority of a student populace is being trained or educated to
Mm-hmm.
occupy that sector or occupy that space, the least you want to do for them is make the space familiar, like the things they will be handling, the things
Mm-hmm.
they will be doing, the activities that they will be performing, a whole. lot familiar to them. So when you get there, it's like an extension of what you already know, and you're just like probably making new friends and exciting new projects to work on and stuff like that. But you don't feel alien or
Mm-hmm.
more. In corporate Nigeria, I speak for what I know, from the moment you leave the classroom, last year of college, and the day you land a job, first of all, for so many people and for majority of people, it's a long period between
It's a
that.
long time.
It's a long
Damn.
time between those two phases. But the
Mm-hmm.
day God shines on you and you land one, you have no idea. You're like in a new continent. Like
Yeah.
the space is foreign. The You might think you know, but you don't know.
You don't. Yeah.
It's
And you know
it's
what's so crazy? Like I said, and I feel like because that entry level bar is so much
mhm.
higher than if you had some type of prior experience when you were in college. And I think that's what's the missing piece, because not everyone has that internship opportunity or co-op opportunity to experience something a little bit before they actually like fully, like you said, enter a new universe with,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. So I I I want us to point out like differences
Hmm.
between corporate America and corporate Nigeria,
Yeah.
and I want you to identify a few things like
Yeah.
unique to your space, and then I
Yeah.
can counter that with
Yeah.
maybe different, yeah,
Okay.
different,
L-
yeah,
Let's actually start from the beginning, right? So the first step
sure.
is interviews. What was the
Hmm.
interview process like for you? Do you want me to go first or do you want to go
Please
first?
go first, or go first, because
Yeah.
mine.
I feel like for me,
Mhm.
okay, I've worked for three companies. Two of them have been very big companies, large organizations. One of them was a startup. So for the two big companies, it was stress. Like
Hmm.
thank God my school actually was the one that helped me get my internship, the first company. So I got it
Mhm.
through my school. But once they had seen my interview, the interview process, and it felt like somebody was basically questioning my existence at that
Hmm.
time. It was like, tell me about yourself, walk me through your resume, why do you deserve this job? And at the time, I remember that internship, the guy asked me a science question because I was a systems engineer intern
Mhm.
working in the labs and stuff,
Mhm.
and it had some math in it, like something to the exponents, and this guy didn't give me a calculator, he didn't give me a pen.
Ah,
And I'm just like, bruh,
ah,
how? But
suicide.
I can't remember the exact question, and I remember walking him through my answer. And it's so
Mhm.
crazy because now in hindsight, like I see why he did that. He wanted to see, first of all, my reaction. He wanted to see like how I would uh react to, is it just something being thrown at me from left field. And he said that because, and this was after working with him for a while, he was like, oh, because I actually walked him through my thought process, I didn't just like finesse or like bullshit an answer that I thought was absolutely correct. He
Can
said
I
he really
interrupt you for a
liked that.
bit? And
Yeah.
I give credits to the Western world for that. I
Are you
think
serious?
yes, I give credit to the Western world for the point I'm about to make, which is
Mhm.
they really take interest in the journey.
Yeah.
Here, not here, like
Nigeria.
in Nigeria, they're
Yeah.
just interested in the results. Like
Yeah.
how you got it, I don't give a fuck. Just if you can give me the result. And they are deceived a whole lot by that because you
Mm,
discover later down the line that if you don't know the journey or if you don't know the journey properly, if you can't walk through the right path,
yeah.
then you might not be able to solve another problem. If you
Right,
get what
kind
I
of
mean.
consistent results. Yeah. So
So
would you
yeah.
say for you, right, in this interview process, because I think for every job that I've had, the questions were challenging, but throughout the interview process, I think from feedback I've gotten, most people said what they really liked about me was my reactions to questions, how I kind of navigated through certain questions, how I answered certain questions, just being honest if I didn't know it, and if I was challenged, like walking through it critically, like as they were talking. This is for technical questions. For you, with like a Nigerian interviewer, would you say if you failed the answer, that's it, don't come back?
Hmm. That's a yes. Plainly put, yes. But I don't have a totally different outlook on the interview process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you are suggesting that your interview processes are credible.
Not all of them, all. I've been through like what 25,
I
30 interviews, and I've gotten what, three jobs. So
I,
yeah.
I want to put it to you that in my own proud home country, the interview process are just mere formalities.
Are you
For the large
serious?
part, for the large part though, especially if it's big time, like if it's a
Mm-hmm.
big time corporation, big time organization,
It's
you're
formality.
just you're just coming there to, like, the people they want to pick are already chosen. Like
Oh.
merit exists for a very ah if an the amount of organizations that employ completely on merit, I doubt they're up to 2%. Yeah, super based on connections and all that. So that's how it works in our home.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think here there's a subset of people that get in through formalities of who they know. However, I will say that it's definitely not all. Like the interview process is, in my opinion, the make or break it, because not just for me, most of my friends, colleagues, siblings, like the interview process is what determined if they got the job or not. It wasn't necessarily the resume is just the starter, and it wasn't even just if you know someone. Like I've actually referred a lot of people, and I know other people in my company that have referred a lot of people, and they still didn't get the job because they, for some reason, were not a good fit
Exactly,
for the team. Yeah.
exactly my point. Because don't get me wrong, like there are some jobs that should be based on like referrals or like
Yes.
connects or
Yeah.
whatever. Cool. Like in fact, if you wouldn't say that publicly on your website or whatnot, like that is okay.
Yeah, I
But I
think so
feel
too.
an interview is supposed to be like a leveler. You understand what I mean? Like
Yes,
an interview should be subjective to every, no matter your qualification.
I think
If
so
you
too.
cannot pass the interview, you shouldn't get the job. Like
Yeah, I think so too.
that whole connection part should stop at the interview level, because an interview level tests your interaction, your knowledge of the subject matter, and a whole bunch of other things. So, like,
Yeah,
if you don't pass that, I don't see how you still get the job in a sane environment. You understand what
yeah.
I mean? So,
I think so too. It should be the true determiner. But that's interesting. Okay, so the next step, onboarding. You've gotten the job. You have everything. It's your first day. What does like onboarding look like in Nigeria?
God, welcome. You say, wait now, welcome. You say you're good at coding, Abby. Um, Mr. Kabir, that's that new project that we are working on. Coding in Java, right? Yeah, let this young man handle it. He's going to spearhead the project.
Which project?
ah, those 5 seconds when you hear that those sentences is like devil should just come and
Ah! Spearhead the whole project. Can you imagine?
devil should just come and scatter the whole building of that office. Ha! No, God no go shame us. But the truth of the matter is, onboarding in corporate Nigeria, sometimes if the most times if the organization is not forward driven,
Yeah.
it's totally non-existent, and it's it's basically learn on the job. You're standing
Mm.
beside you're standing beside an experienced person, or yeah, an experienced person in your department, or yeah, an experienced person, and you're just learning what they're doing and just watching. And one day the thing is going to fall on your lap, and God help you, you don't perform, or you don't do it well. That's the day you lose your job.
Oh
No, no,
wow.
no, nobody's sitting down with you to teach you and put you through hours of training and stuff like that. Shout out to all those companies that make sure that that is available.
Yeah.
An onboarding curriculum, what have you, to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that all staff are all staff in a certain role are fully competent to
Mm-hmm.
handle the activities required, or the requirements of that job role. But again, majority and the norm in corporate Nigeria is to throw you in the deep end, and you have to find your way, swim, sink or swim,
Wow. That
sink or swim.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience, but every company I've worked for, the three, there has been onboarding materials given. And to be fair, it's a mix of both. So the onboarding material is just to get you up to speed with the company culture, what the company does, also get you up to speed with the company technology, like whatever that is. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have training of this the specific work instructions, SOPs, systems of operations, like all of that you are now supposed to abide by working with this company. And then you now have the shadowing piece where you do shadow someone, but that shadow piece is like an add-on. Typically they give you like a handbook of what your day-to-day, well, not a handbook of your day-to-day, but a handbook of what is expected of you and how you're supposed to do the work. And then the the shadowing is kind of like seeing someone do it, learning from that person's perspective, adding your own spin on it. But every single company I've worked for, onboarding has been provided. I will say this, it has been better in some cases and worse in some cases. Like the startup, which was the company I worked for secondly, they did have onboarding material, but it wasn't a breath and like of knowledge. It was more so, and it's a startup, right? They had only been available for or around for, I think it was like 5 years prior. So they didn't even
Mm-hmm.
have years of content to really back up like big onboarding syllabus and curriculum. But
Mm-hmm.
so that wasn't fully fleshed out. However, there was something there, there was something for me to hold on to. But in that instance, like I definitely relied more on shadowing and seeing how things were done than like going back to the onboarding like book and
Mm-hmm.
or resource to find information.
Interesting. Please,
Yeah.
let's touch on this. Tell me about y'all's benefits.
Ooh. Yeah.
Benefits. That was something I wanted us to talk about. Yeah. So
Yeah.
benefits. Yeah.
So
What
I will
What
say
does that look
this.
like? Mm-hmm.
It varies in industries. Like whatever industry you're in, it's going to vary. I am in the pharmaceutical biotech industry, so I'll speak
Mm-hmm.
from that perspective. As
Mm-hmm.
an intern,
Mm-hmm.
I got paid on an hourly basis. I got paid on an hourly basis. I didn't have health insurance or anything like that, but they did give us like a food
Hmm.
plan. It wasn't like it was a food plan for lunch only because obviously that's the only thing you're supposed to eat. Well, not supposed to, but that's the only thing they would provide us at work. So we had
Mm-hmm.
that for food, and then they gave us
Mm-hmm.
snacks. It was $25 a week, and we could go to the vending machine to get whatever snacks we want. And that was for the internship. And then there were like other benefits there with events, blah 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 blah. But it wasn't like it was just a nice thing of incentivizing like the interns. Now,
Hmm.
full-time job
Mm-hmm.
that has come with benefits. So it's your salary, and
Mm-hmm.
then it is health insurance, whatever that entails, dental, vision, like eye,
Mm-hmm.
full whatever health insurance. Then we also have for the startup that I worked for, the
Mm-hmm.
benefits weren't like super amazing. Like I said, it was a small company. They just
Mm-hmm.
started. So aside from health insurance, I think that was like the only big benefits that we had. My current company has crazy benefits. It
Hmm.
has insurance. It has workouts like exercise classes,
Gym stuff.
gym
Okay.
stuff. It gives us so like they call it healthcare funding. It's not
Mm-hmm.
really healthcare. It's supposed to be like a wellness funding where they give us. I think it's about $500 half a year, every first half, second half, just to really spend it on whatever wellness thing we need. If it's mental health check-ins with your doctor,
Hey.
if it's a travel, like whatever it is, they give us that. Um, we don't have childcare, but I know certain companies have that. They do like games and certain things like that for certain groups. Massages, that was something that they used to have on in certain instances. Car washes, certain instances they had that. Snacks all around, and this is when we were physically like in on the site.
Mm-hmm.
Snacks, we had all of that. They used to give us coupons for certain things around the area. So in San Diego, we could go to San Diego Zoo and get discounted tickets. So definitely with the bigger company, like more benefits because they can afford it and all of that. But benefits is definitely huge in the States. Like that's how companies get you. That's how they bring you onto their side. They're just like throwing things that you want and that you would like at the employees, which for me it's like if my company's not treating me right, why am I staying here? Oh, additional benefit that I think a lot of companies should have is the company I work for, we currently have two shutdowns, a summer shutdown and a winter shutdown. And I know, unlike school, that was something that did take time to adjust to, where with work, you're literally just working, working, working. And you take time off whenever either you've accrued time off or you get to take time off. It's not like college where it shuts down Christmas time, when Easter time and summer. The company I work for, we have a summer shutdown. So it's a week. It's like I want to say mandatory because everyone goes and they actually pay us for that week. And then there's another shutdown Christmas time. So between Christmas and New Year's, it's like, hey, go recharge. But the thing that's so important about everything that the company I work for does is it comes back down to their mission. Their mission is improving human like health, like healthcare. And they feel like the best, like the start of that is with their employees. So they genuinely feel like the best way for us to be able to do the work that we do is by making sure that we're catered for and we have everything that we need to be in like our optimal health, and not just like physically but mentally, like all around wellness, which is why I love them. But yeah, long answer, those are our benefits. What about you?
Um, mm, as mine is definitely not a long answer. I think for health insurance is becoming a thing for some organizations, and if you're lucky,
Really?
yeah, if you're lucky, you get health insurance and things like that.
And what does that
Uh,
include? Sorry, because I know in Nigeria
well,
hospitals are very privatized.
I was
Well, they
gonna
do have
say,
public. Yeah.
yeah. So it depends on who is covering or who the insurance company is, first of all. So that would probably maybe determine the reach.
Mhm.
So how many chain of hospitals do they have under their, portfolio, whatever? And
Mhm.
then I don't know how many companies offer like full package health insurance plans to people. So like I'm sure there's a cap on like what you can
Mm.
do, stuff like that. It's like I'm just giving an example. I'm trying to be broad here.
Mhm.
You have malaria, you can go. But if you have an operation for fibroid, zero,
Oh
that kind of thing.
wow.
I'm
Okay.
just, I'm giving an example, you know what I'm
Example.
saying?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't know how it applies for most companies or how they do, but like, yeah, I know that there are caps on what you can or cannot do, with with an with an with your health insurance, whatever. And maybe that's dependent on your level too. I don't know, but like, yeah, that is just not every. It's not just everything you can just go in and say, "Oh, I'm going to my MOU place or whatever." It doesn't work that way.
Mm.
So health insurance is there. It's not comprehensive for everyone, but it's there. Um, so we have this new age companies in Nigeria
Mm-hmm.
fueled a lot of them in the tech sector, you know, and they, thank God, have introduced the world culture into the workplace. So when you talk about
Mm.
unconventional workspaces, like these tech guys, they wanted to bring the whole, of course, with the inflow of like Facebook and
Mm-hmm.
Google in Nigeria and stuff, these guys came and like, we have to create our own world in this space and everything. So there's a sense of uh, culture in some of these tech organizations. And along with that means some of these organizations even have a gym on campus.
Ooh,
If you understand what I
nice.
mean.
And that's
And
something that's not normal typically prior to this new
it's
age.
very, very, very abnormal. Like
Mm.
very abnormal. And again, the companies I'm talking about, these tech companies are like five in the entire country. Do you understand?
Oh,
So
wow.
again, it's less than 1%. However, I'm just trying to paint a picture that before these guys came, it's totally non-existent. So
Yeah.
gym or wellness benefits, fiscal, totally non-existent for the most part. Food, God,
Are you serious? Not even like coffee machines, snack
Z,
machines. See?
zero. Like,
Wow.
well, again, this is for the 1% of the 1%. Your
Mhm.
company has a kitchenette, right? You probably get to have coffee, and cups and everything. But then again, you get to the kitchenette today. Milk has finished.
Yeah, it's not
It could
refilled.
be, it could be like maybe the 10th of the particular month, and milk is already finished because probably majority of the people that are coming from home in that company, maybe they've not had tea, or there's no money to. Do you understand what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get what you mean.
sometimes the people are even coming to feed off
Yeah.
the company, in a certain way, stuff like that. So like again, maybe milk has finished. Milk that is supposed to last 30 days, milk has finished by day 10. So
Yeah.
it's just a jungle out there. Which other benefits? So food is a no. Like coupons for food.
So
Um,
basically, yeah, sorry, keep going.
yeah,
Because I'm
health insurance is the only thing I see, and that's even for some.
for
Like,
some companies, yeah.
it's
But the
not.
benefits
Yeah,
is they're paying you, which is not really a benefit because you're putting the
God
work
bless you,
forth.
salary. That's all. That's all. And you
But
are
that's the work
underpaid.
you're putting in. So that's not even a
And you're
benefit.
under. And you're even underpaid. I
Yeah.
doubt there's any job. I doubt there's any job, even the well-paying jobs. There's still a level of cutting involved because
Mm-hmm.
it's our environment. I doubt that because I get that all over the world, nobody, or from a business standpoint, people always try to undervalue people. But
Mm-hmm.
for the large part in the Western world, if I know my value and I demand it, I'll get it. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, especially if you
In
have
our
take something to back it up.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But in our own environment in Nigeria, corporate dictates
Oh
for
yeah.
because they have options. Corporate dictates for the masses because they have options. There are
And you
lots
know
of
what's
unemployed
sad?
people, and
Yes.
so if you don't want it, another person wants the job.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. I mean, I haven't worked in Nigeria, but obviously I know a lot about Nigeria, and I lived there for a huge part of my childhood, so I know how it used to function. Was how it used to function. But it seems like with Nigeria, the employers are the ones that call all the shots, like all of the shots. They're gonna tell you how to do the work. They're going to tell you how much you're going to pay for the work. And if you don't want it,
Mm-hmm.
get out of here. We're going to get someone else. Because guess what? You are lucky to even be considered for this job that you mentioned is already low paying. So it's kind of sad versus here. And I think in the Western world, especially in the age that we're moving into now, employees are actually valued. Like, employers go on a real hunt, and they actually, I don't know if you know, like, retention is such a big thing across multiple industries. Like, it's not one thing for you to hire somebody. No, it's like, let's look at your numbers. Are you keeping the people you're hiring? What's the lifespan of your employers? Like, are they staying? So your employees, are they staying with you? And for you to get those good numbers, like, you have to do shit that would make people want to stay. But in Nigeria, it's switched. It's like, you're asking for more. Yeah, bye bye. Be going. And that
The
sucks.
fear, the fear to even ask.
Ask.
The fear
Yeah.
to even ask, because again, boils down to what I was saying earlier and what you agreed on. They have a pool. So everybody, in a way, like, if you don't have special skills, you're dispensable. You know? So the day
Yeah.
you ask, they just be like, okay now. No, no problem. We've heard you. You just hear in a few weeks they got someone else, you lost a job, stuff like that. It's
Wow,
sad.
that's
It's
crazy.
sad. It's sad. And that's the reality over there.
I want to know, how is time off in Nigeria? Like, you want to take time off. What does that process look like?
Time off
Hmm.
for
If you want to take time
majority
off, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
for majority of people, that is not a question. And sometimes for some people, it's a thing of why would you want to take time off? And I'll explain both. So for some people, you don't have that luxury of time offs. Maybe because of the nature of your job, if it's a manufacturing company or whatever, it's 247, maybe besides Christmas and like, but there's some jobs that you don't even get to, like, you work a shift on Christmas or something, whatever. So like, time offs are, they are, what's the word I'm looking for? They are subjective, but I think the
Really?
maximum, the maximum really, like, leave or whatever could be. I think companies do 24,
24 days?
20, yeah, 24 days,
Okay, so that's
24 days.
embedded in your contract. Like, they tell you, okay, you can
Yes,
take any 24 days. Yeah.
yes, for companies that do have contracts, and stuff like that. So yeah, so if it's corporate America, let me speak, like, if it's a proper corporate Nigerian job, so you
Hmm.
should probably be offered an employee contract, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, some offer 24. Yes, some offer 24.
Okay,
That
and
is
you can
correct.
just take those 24. Obviously, you're not going to take 24 days at once, but you can
Taking
just,
taking taking them is where the issue lies.
right.
Taking them is where the issue lies, because there's always one excuse or the other why you can't take them. You understand what I mean? Or if you
Mm-hmm.
take them, what's going to happen to this? If you do this, what's going to happen to this? And you find yourself, a lot of people find themselves slaving away or offering their all, not taking time off.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do want to take the time off, they give you a bullshit story like, oh, this is all you have left. And you'd be like, but you've never taken a leave before. They'll be like, but no, it doesn't mean this is all that is available. Like, what does that even mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to question, what does HR do in this company? Do you understand what I mean? Because
Yeah.
HR is supposed to be fighting for you, but they're fighting for management. That's how it works in our own
Oh,
side.
yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I've heard of that. So it sounds like you have time off, hypothetically, in your contract.
Hypothetically,
And then
yes.
when it's time for you to take time off, you actually have to defend
Y-
why you need the time
Do,
off.
do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if imagine if I'm successfully, no, in fact, I go to HR, I tell my boss that I want to take a vacation. They'll look at me like I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like, I want
Wait,
to go
wait.
to Mexico, or I want what? Let me talk from corporate Nigeria point of view. If I go tell my boss that, oh, I just need to take a vacation, I want to go to Obudukato Ranch. I
Mhm.
want to go to Calabar, just go chill. They look like, are you mad? Like, is there something wrong with you? You can see me in suit here, sweating, trying to make money for the organization. You want to take a vacation. You are now a boss. It's first of all, gone. Can the salary that you've been saving go and afford vacation? So all those kind of things,
Yeah.
yeah.
That actually, so I feel like it varies here. So I've worked in different settings. So with being an intern, there wasn't we had sick days. So we are allowed 10 sick days, meaning that if I call in sick, I can still get paid. However, um besides the sick days, when I started working full time, there was actually like vacation time. The first company I worked for, we had like an accruing system, which I actually don't like, where you, based on how much you've worked, you get a certain amount of time. And I forget how the math works. So let's just assume I work 1 week to get 1 day off. And that 1 day is like paid vacation, right? So that's how that worked in the startup I worked for. And then the company I work for now, we actually have an FTO type system, which I think is a slippery slope. So FTO is like flexible time off. Um, and it just means that you can take time off whenever you want, as long as you're getting your job done. And this is why it's a slippery slope, because for some people, because
Mm-hmm.
there's not that like granular, like you have 20 days, they never take the time
Mm-hmm.
off, right? And for some
Ah.
people, because they say, oh, take time off, they're off every 2 weeks.
Hmm.
However, with this company, we do have like a measuring system. And I guess this is also a follow-up question is we have like a performance evaluation system. So genuinely, if you're taking too much time off and you're not getting your job done, it will come out in your performance evaluation numbers, or not
Mm-hmm.
numbers but reviews, and that's how
Mm-hmm.
you know, okay, wait, I need to step back. But I genuinely like the idea of just having that flexibility. You never know what can come up, and just knowing that you can take the time off but you're still getting your job done. But it
Mm-hmm.
kind of sucks that, but unlike Nigeria, you definitely don't have to defend it. Like if I'm telling my boss, I mean, obviously the boss will not be happy if there are things that need to be done on that day, but guess what, it's by law, like this is something that I'm required to have, right? And there are
Mm-hmm.
even times where I've seen this happen before. It hasn't happened for me before, but where somebody doesn't take time off, and like your manager actually comes up to you and is like, "Hey, can you take time off?" Because
Ha.
by law,
Ha. LOL. Totally non-existent.
yeah,
Totally non-existent. Because if you're making me money, I don't want you to stop making me money. Like,
yep. How about culture? I feel like we already know the huge difference in culture. The first thing is like the respect. Well, I don't want to say, well, I guess respect, like the yes ma, yes sir. That's something that if I was to work in Nigeria, it would throw me off because I call my boss by their first name.
we have to add. You know what's funny? In some in some companies, they will tell you that, oh, that we call people by their first name here and everything. That's what they will tell you
Hmm.
in, like, at the beginning. But you discover that, like, your maybe head of department is like 60-year-old or 50-year-old person, and you're a 20-something-year-old, you know,
Hmm.
man or woman under her or him. You just call her or him by their first name. Try
Yeah,
it.
that doesn't even feel
I bet
natural.
you. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
Yeah, as a
you feel
Nigerian
so
myself,
uncomfortable
yes,
because
yeah,
even at home, your cousin that is
yeah,
older than you by
yeah,
maybe just 3 years, or your parents will be telling you that, ah, call him brother. Call him, like,
yeah,
answer, like, respect. Nigerians carry respect
yeah.
on top of their, like, yeah.
Yeah. Can I say something though? Because and it's crazy because even when I say respect, I think there are multiple things there. Because what you just mentioned, that whole like 60-year-old person versus 20, like as a Nigerian girl myself, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, if if a white guy, and just being honest, if a white 60-year-old man approaches me, I'm
Mhm.
calling him his name, Billy, whatever. If a Nigerian woman or African like mother or older woman or
You
man,
feel you
I'm
feel
just like, bro,
yo
this culture, I respect it. I know you know what I know, so I am going to
yo
give you the respect, right? On the flip side, though, I do want to say something. I feel like it's not even just the name calling. In Nigeria, from what I've heard, and let me know if I'm wrong, there's actually like that extra level of respect that feels very not professional that happens in the professional settings. And is that a thing? So what I mean by extra level of respect, meaning that let's assume it's lunchtime and you guys are all eating, everyone is eating whatever, but somehow your boss has not eaten. I mean, that's okay, right? But as an employee, is it your job to ensure the
ah
boss has eaten?
reminds me of so many stories. Like if your boss has not gone out for lunch and you just stand up and say you're going for lunch, it might be lunchtime, oh, but you feel so weird. Like, I'm hungry, oh, but I can't stand up because my boss has not stepped out. Like, it,
Yeah.
it's really sad. It's really
That's
sad, but
yeah, that's the
that's
respect
it.
overdoing thing I think happens in Nigeria, but that it's crazy. Last division before we move to the next question is around performance. How is that evaluated in Nigeria?
Um, some companies have performance evaluation schemes like so KPI. Of course an individual has a KPI and you're evaluated at there's something they call this thing. Is it like a review?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a popular word, but yeah, there's a review done maybe every quarter or something.
Yeah, quarterly review. Yeah,
Quarterly review where
that's what we call it. Hmm.
yeah, you're evaluated and yeah, you're
Okay, so that's
evaluated
the same
and
for
stuff
us
like
too.
that.
That's the same.
But
Okay.
sometimes maybe this is another conversation, but like the accuracy of those reviews depends in many organizations largely on relationships within your immediate department. So like there's a lot of personal influence on
Hmm.
a corporate environment or corporate outcome. That
I
shouldn't
agree.
be like I like you, you're my friend, you work with me more. We speak the same language. You should get. I'm giving you an A, or I'm giving you a
Oh
95.
yes,
I
yes.
don't like you. You're Muslim. You are Christian. You're Yoruba. You're Igbo. You're Hausa. I don't like the way you talk to me. You don't call me sir all the
You don't
time. You
respect
don't.
me. You don't buy me
You don't.
food.
You don't respect me. You didn't buy me lunch. When you came into the company, you couldn't even come and give me peace
Greet
offering.
me. Yeah.
You couldn't come and greet me. You walked past me the other day. You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You brought your friend to the office. I'm giving you a 60,
Yeah.
and I'm kicking and I'm killing the job. So stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, there are performance review metrics out there.
Yeah. Okay. We have those too. I mean, I feel like with those performance reviews and stuff, definitely the individual influence ties in, but you're right, there is supposed to be a line of we're keeping this strictly based on your performance on the job, not how you are as an individual and if you like me or not based on other interactions. Yeah.
Mm,
Uh
mm,
yeah.
mm,
But
So,
mhm.
but what? You're
I
gonna
was
say
gonna
something.
say, yeah, that was basically my answer to the corporate America versus Nigeria. It's nice to know like how things are different and how they're not. I like it.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm guessing the uniqueness of each environment largely influences culture
Yes.
and of course, this culture is the foundation for how the spaces are built in the first place. But
Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, it's definitely the culture, the environment itself, the economy,
mhm,
interactions, not even just like individual, but cultural interactions influence like how the corporate world is set up both in Nigeria. There's It's so rich with just so much that you kind of expect it to be white or black or as easy as certain things are. It's not just that straightforward. Everything has extra jara added to it just because that's how we are as people. Yeah, but that's it. Thank you for the conversation as usual. I hope you
thank
guys
you.
listening.
It was enlightening hearing some stuff
I
about
know.
how corporate works here. Very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for rocking with us up until this point. Hope
Hmm.
you enjoyed the episode. This is the end. Please
Thank you.
subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Adult Puzzle wherever you're listening to your podcast. This episode is available on all streaming platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast. Rate, like, subscribe, share with your friends, family, your co-workers, and I'm sure they will enjoy it as much as you have. And to come your way again, same time next week. It's
Yes.
bye bye from us.
Bye, guys. Bye, Lamide.
Bye, Lola.